what point do we start believing that Jay-Z is guilty of all the crimes they say he is? Like, this man has literally been accused at 100 crimes this year. And every single time y'all said, no, they just trying to take a well-to-do black man down. They just trying to tarnish his name. Well, folks, I think we've hit the end of the road. Because this man is named in official FBI documents. You can't glaze over this one. You can't say somebody money hungry. You can't say somebody out to just take him of all his wealth and status. I've been asking for the names on them Epstein files. Now you got them. Why are y'all quiet?
At what point do people stop brushing things off and start asking serious questions about Jay-Z? That's what the internet is debating right now. For years, every time his name popped up in controversy, fans said it was just another attempt to tear down a powerful black businessman. They called it jealousy. They called it clout chasing. They called it money grabs. But now people are reacting differently because his name reportedly appeared in newly released FBI-related documents connected to broader investigations. And once you hear official documents, the tone changes fast. Let's slow this down though. Being named in an FBI tip log or document does not automatically mean guilt. The Department of Justice has made it clear in past releases that many names listed come from public tips submitted to authorities. A tip is an allegation. It is not a charge. It is not a conviction. That legal distinction matters. Still, perception moves faster than facts. Now add another layer. Rumors are circulating that Diddy, currently facing legal consequences of his own, may not stay silent. After his trial resulted in convictions on some charges and acquittals on others, people began speculating about what he might reveal next. There are even online whispers about possible sentence reductions or political intervention. None of that is confirmed, but it's fueling tension. And here's why Jay-Z's name being mentioned has people talking. Jay and Diddy weren't just casual industry acquaintances. They were seen as power players who moved in the same billionaire circles. For years, they attended the same elite events, built massive brands, and operated in similar business lanes. Industry commentators like Jaguar Wright have even described them as inseparable forces, peanut butter and jelly, as she put it.
Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
Saying Diddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter
Peanut butter and jelly.
But when legal clouds formed over Diddy, Jay-Z appeared to create distance. No loud public defense, no strong public alignment, just quiet separation. Some see that as smart legal strategy. Others see it as someone stepping away before the spotlight shifts. Then came the document release tied to the broader Epstein investigation. The DOJ released a large batch of materials, and people began scanning names closely. Among the names reportedly included in tip submissions was Jay-Z. According to summaries circulating online, one individual alleged that in the mid-1990s, she was taken to a property believed to be connected to Epstein and claimed multiple high-profile figures were present. These claims were logged through official reporting channels. Again, these are allegations recorded in tip systems. They are not confirmed court findings. No charges have been filed against Jay-Z related to those claims as of now. But socially, that nuance doesn't slow anything down. People are asking, if these are just tips, why is the name there at all? Others counter, public figures get named in tips all the time without evidence backing them. That's why investigations exist. To separate truth from accusation, it's also important to remember that the mid-1990s version of Jay-Z was not the billionaire mogul we know today. He was an up-and-coming rapper trying to build Rockefeller Records. Context matters in timelines. Right now, the internet is doing what it does best, connecting dots, speculating, debating, and forming opinions before legal conclusions exist. Here's what we actually know. His name reportedly appeared in documents connected to tip submissions. Being listed in a tip is not proof of wrongdoing. No conviction or formal charge has been announced tied to those specific claims. Public perception, however, is shifting quickly. The real question isn't just whether a name appeared. The real question is whether evidence will follow. Because in situations like this, allegations create noise, but evidence determines outcomes. Back in the mid-90s, Jay-Z wasn't the billionaire icon we see today. He was still rising. Reasonable Doubt had just set the tone, and he was grinding his way into bigger rooms. He was networking, hustling, building Rockefeller from the ground up. So when people hear his name mentioned in connection with elite circles from that era, they start asking questions.
See, he's in cahoots with Epstein. And then
was he in cahoots with Epstein, or was it just a similar type of an operation?
No, they were friends.
Really?
Yeah, because Epstein had a on Miami as well, that really private, rich estate in Miami. So they were all in cahoots as well. But
how does a young rapper from Brooklyn allegedly end up anywhere near those kinds of private spaces that early in his climb? That's the part that has social media buzzing right now. But let's stay grounded. The Department of Justice has not charged Jay-Z with any crime related to the documents being discussed. Officials have emphasized that the release included tip submissions, not proven findings. A tip is a report someone made. It is not a verified conclusion. That legal difference is huge. Still, public perception doesn't wait for court rulings. When your name appears in any document connected to a scandal involving blackmail, secret gatherings, or alleged misconduct, especially involving people not of age, it creates a cloud, even if nothing legally sticks. Now, here's where Diddy re-enters the conversation. For years, Diddy's name has also floated around in discussions about overlapping elite social circles. There have been claims of him attending high-level parties, private estates, and exclusive events that included powerful global figures. However, there has been no court conviction tying him directly to criminal activity within those alleged networks. The overlap people talk about is social, not judicial. Same cities, same high-powered fundraisers, same private estates, same industry moguls moving in similar billionaire spaces.
If you take people like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living our people, so how the fuck they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right?
That's what fuels speculation. In an interview clip circulating online, one commentator bluntly claimed they were friends, referencing alleged social proximity between certain high-profile figures. But again, friendship or social proximity is not proof of criminal conspiracy. That distinction matters. Now imagine this from a street logic perspective. If Jay-Z and Diddy moved in the same elite rooms for years, if they shared access to powerful networks, if they saw who was present at certain gatherings, then people start wondering about leverage, about secrets, about who knows what. Part of what made the broader scandal so explosive was the allegation that certain individuals documented everything. Guest lists, travel logs, communications. That's how blackmail narratives grow in public imagination. So here's the uncomfortable question people are whispering. If Diddy felt abandoned when legal pressure hit, and if alliances shifted quietly behind the scenes, would he stay silent about anything he might know? Or would pressure eventually crack old loyalties? Right now, that's speculation, not fact. There is no confirmed statement from Diddy threatening Jay-Z. There is no official indication of secret files being weaponized. But the timing has people talking. Diddy's sentencing created headlines. Rumors of possible sentence reductions or pardons added fuel. At the same time, Jay-Z's name resurfaced in tip logs tied to unrelated investigations. To some observers, it feels like too many coincidences stacked together. Then you've got Kanye West in the background. For years, Kanye has publicly ranted about handlers, gatekeepers, and hidden power structures controlling careers. While many dismissed him as erratic, others now revisit those statements through a different lens. But here's the key point. There is still no verified court ruling proving Jay-Z engaged in criminal activity related to those document mentions. There is still no conviction tying Diddy and Jay-Z to coordinated wrongdoing within the networks being speculated about. What exists right now is overlap, association, timing, and a lot of unanswered questions. And when powerful names keep appearing near powerful scandals, even without charges, the public starts reading between lines. The real test won't be online debates. It will be whether actual evidence, not just tip logs, not just rumors, not just YouTube commentary, ever surfaces in a courtroom. Until then, it's speculation wrapped in proximity, amplified by perception. For years, people laughed at Kanye. They said he was spiraling, said he was bitter, said he cracked under pressure. Every time he talked about handlers, hidden power structures, or elite gatekeepers, the mainstream shrugged it off as another rant. But now, with new documents surfacing and old names reappearing in official logs, some folks are revisiting those interviews differently. They're asking, was he just talking reckless, or was he speaking from proximity? Kanye once questioned how certain moguls could truly represent the culture if they built wealth within elite systems. His critics called it jealousy. His supporters called it exposure. Either way, the conversation never fully died. Now look at Jay-Z's public presence lately. He's quieter, fewer spontaneous appearances, less random social media energy. Brands associated with him appear measured and cautious. None of that proves wrongdoing. But in the court of public opinion, silence sometimes feels louder than a press conference. Reports circulated that Jay-Z wiped his Instagram account around the time his name resurfaced in document discussions. Celebrities wipe social media for many reasons: rebranding, strategy, privacy, but when it happens near controversy, the optics fuel suspicion fast. And this isn't the first time headlines have brushed against his name in recent years. Back in 2024, Jay-Z's name appeared in a separate civil lawsuit connected to broader allegations involving Diddy. That case ultimately collapsed and did not result in a conviction. But the headlines lingered long enough to plant doubt in some corners of the internet. There were also claims floating online that private investigators allegedly intimidated an accuser. Those allegations were never proven in court. Still, once narratives enter public space, they rarely disappear completely. They just go quiet, waiting for the next spark. So now when document releases mention his name again, even if only through archive tips, some people aren't reacting like this is brand new smoke. They're reacting like it might be part of a pattern. Here's where it gets complicated. When the Department of Justice releases massive document dumps that include both verified material and unverified public tips, it creates a strange dynamic. Officials can say they are simply providing transparency, opening the vault and letting the public see what was submitted. That does not equal guilt, but it does create chaos. It shifts attention. It triggers debate. It allows names to circulate widely, even without charges attached. And while the public focuses on celebrities, deeper structural questions sometimes get buried under redactions and legal disclaimers. Now circle back to Diddy. If Diddy feels isolated, if alliances shifted when legal heat turned up, if he believes certain industry peers distance themselves strategically, then the power balance changes. Again, this is speculation circulating in public discourse, not confirmed plans or threats. But from a street perspective, people ask, if two moguls shared rooms, events, access, and influence for years, and if one feels abandoned, does silence hold? If Diddy were ever to speak openly, directly or indirectly, it could reshape narratives fast. There is no verified statement indicating he plans to do so, but the possibility alone keeps conversations alive. At the same time, others argue the opposite. They ask, is Jay-Z being targeted because of status? Because of proximity? Because of the power he represents? Being named in a tip log does not equal involvement. High-profile figures often appear in investigative materials simply due to association or public recognition. So what is this really? Coincidence? Strategic distancing? Unproven allegation amplified by social media? Or early tremors of something bigger? And then Kanye's old interviews start circulating again. Clips about control, gatekeeping, selective exposure. Were we too quick to dismiss him? Or are people now retrofitting old commentary to fit new controversies? One thing is certain. Public trust in elite networks is low. When powerful names repeatedly appear near powerful scandals, even without charges, perception shifts. But perception is not proof. Right now we have a name appearing in archive tip logs, past lawsuits that did not result in conviction, social overlap between moguls, and a whole lot of speculation layered on top. The real test won't be viral commentary. It will be whether verifiable evidence ever emerges that moves beyond association and into accountability. Until then, we're watching smoke. and trying to figure out if there's actual fire behind it. So, what do you think? Is this coincidence stacking up, strategic optics, or something deeper that hasn't surfaced yet? Because one thing's clear, people are paying attention now more than ever.